right, good evening, folks. Here's K5LYN, Lynn in Austin, and I'm trying to get things in order here after being off the air a week when my antenna collapsed, and we're trying to get our ducks in a row here. If I get in the ballpark, that maybe is about as good as it gets. I'm on a radio called Cheap and Easy SSB, which is a homebrew single sideband phasing type exciter built from an article in QST back in the 1950s on the chassis of a BC-458 World War II aircraft bomber. It was used in the war over Western Europe, and it has the original VFO and the original output tubes, 216-25, built by KG-70R, who turned around and built a additional homebrew receiver to go with it. So, if I'm a little off the beaten path here this evening, I'm going to make my number of stations that I pick up kind of short while we're trying to get our act together around here. AG5XP, talk to us, Kenneth, K5LYN.
Well, Lynn and the rest of the people out there, everybody's sounding good. Just checking in there. And this Kenny, AG5XP, up here in Briarwood. Tonight we're on a phasing type operation also. Got the old heat kit SB10 and got it grafted onto a Johnson Viking 1. Got it beating a Gonset GSB 201. Got a D104 mic making it operate and receiving duties a BC 348 I picked up from Sammy here a while back and got it pretty restored. Even got the little dynamotor in it, so it's just sitting there powering away, and got it going out homebrew G5 RE antenna, and that's what we got over here. Back to you, Lynn, AG5XP.
That Heathkit SB10 is a marvelous piece of equipment, you know, phasing type exciter, just what I'm on here now, and I've got one, but one of my components of that station burned up the other day, so we're trying to get everything back in order around here, and I'll catch you on a SB10 again one of these days soon. Good to hear you, Kenneth. Anything else for the group this evening?
Oh, that's about it, but I got a picture on my QRZ page of this particular rig, if anybody wants to look at it, and catch you later there, Lynn. Back to you.
I sure will take a look at it. Okay, neighbor George, TXW, talk to us.
Hello, Lynn, and all around the net for the finest hour of amateur radio for the week. WB5TXW, also in Austin. I'm on the S line, 32S1, 75S3 to 30L1. Sure, 444 microphone, and out to the dipole in the side yard fed with 450 ohm twin lead. And everything seems to be working, so life is good. Over.
Life is good now that I'm back on the air. It wasn't worth a damn this past week, George.
Yeah, I know. I've been there. As my brother John has said to me a few times, antennas are just temporary structures. Over.
Yeah, when we least expect it. Well, good to hear it, George. The call-ins have sounded good. Anything else for the group this evening?
That's it. Except sitting back and listening. Nice and quiet, band. Signals are good. It's amazingly quiet. I think it's just because it's so early. Propagation hasn't picked up for me to hear the next thunderstorm. WB5TXW back to net.
Well done, George. Okay, KD5FX, isn't it? Hey, Dave, still there?
Yes, KD5FX here. The name is Dave. I'm located in a little town called Ponca City, Oklahoma, which is 428 miles away from the Austin area. I looked it up a while ago. Tonight I'm on KWM2A, and that's driving a 30L1, and I'm driving a cage dipole that I put up about a month ago, and it's made it through all the windstorms so far in this spring area, so that's a good thing. And everybody sounded really good. I think the band is quieter than usual. There must not be any thunderstorms out there, which is a good thing. And so, got good conditions tonight for the net. Back to you, KD5FX.
Very well done. Very well done, Dave. Nice skip between you and I. How's my signal up there? I'm on a different antenna than usual. You hearing me worth a damn up there?
Yeah, you're a S9. I think you're down from usual. What antenna are you on?
Well, it's another dipole, but it's about 4 feet lower than it was. I was at 13 feet, and I'm around 10 now, something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, you need to get it up there. Okay, crank it up.
I got to work with the reality of my central Austin lot here, you know, and it plays tricks on me when I wasn't looking a big one this time. Nice to hear you, Dave. Good signal into Austin. Okay, KE5GNZ. Hey, Ray, talk to us.
Hello, guys, and everybody out there on the net. This is KE5GNZ over here in Angleton. Everybody's sounding real good out there tonight. Tonight we're on the old Kenwood TS 820 with the MC50 microphone into a modified TL 922 that's running an 8877, 4500 volts on the plate, and we're doing just about legal limit out on the into an inverted B out there about 45 feet up in the air, and everybody's sounding real good tonight. KE5GNZ, back to net.
Very nice signal into Austin, for sure. Good to hear you this evening. Okay, KE5Q. Hey, Jim. I usually misread your call when I'm calling you on this net. I think I got it right this evening. How about it?
Yeah. Okay, Lynn. K5LYN, KE5Q. Good evening to everybody on the net. And yes, the band is really sounding good tonight. And we're on the Kenwood 530S with a Shure 444. That's going into the MLA 2500 amplifier and to the double bazooka Ultimax. So, as always, appreciate you calling the net there, Lynn. K5LYN, KE5.
Okay. Yeah, nice signal into Austin. Good to hear you, and we'll be in touch. Okay, let me see what I got here. Hey, I got W5DK. Don?
Yeah. Hello, Lynn. Everybody, appreciate you picking me up, Lynn. Good to hear you. I did not make Belton, so I missed all that fun. I was there on Thursday for a few hours, but that was it. And I am in Spring Branch, the Spring Branch in the Pretty Hill Country, north of San Antonio. And I'm on my trusty, dusty Drake TR4 and using a D104 microphone. And I have the L4 amp ginning away over there, whatever it's doing. And I'm just using a resonant dipole at about 65 feet. So thanks for running the net, Lynn. Good to hear you. Back to you, W5DK.
You know, Don, you got one of the best sounding Drake signals I ever heard. Absolutely beautiful audio and strong as it can be. And let me tell you about my Belton experience. I didn't make it either. We got up Friday morning, all geared up for me to drive up and tailgate on Friday morning, and found the utility room flooded with water. At least it stayed in the utility room, but the washing machine had turned loose of its cutoff and spilled the contents out into my room. So guess what I did Friday, right? So I guess I'm shooting for next time around, Don, over.
Yeah, there you go. Both of us will have to do some catch-up next time.
Yeah, life isn't fair to us. I wish you'd get this stuff straightened out. Okay, one more on my end here. N5NEN. Hey, Paul, I heard you, didn't I? How about it? K5LYN.
Hello there, Lynn. I hope you can hear me. I'm on the usual 1-350. This time I'm direct to my little inverted L antenna. I should probably try to rig this up to go to my long wire, but I haven't yet. I can just switch a switch and put it to that inverted L. It's about as whippy as your dipole is. It doesn't go up but about 15 feet and then angles itself into a tree that I can almost reach with my hand. So that's about my situation. I'm on the mic that I've been using, that electric element mic that I made out of the static bodies. But I had a fine time at Belton. I got rid of, literally almost gave away some old things that I needed to move along to somebody who needed them, all working, and they got them for next to nothing. And I picked up a pretty electro voice mic, but it's got a jack for a teeth kit, and I don't have one of those guys to play with tonight, so I can't try that out. But you know what? I've got something that can help you get your antenna up higher, and I owe you so much I'd like to come and help you and get it up there get it back up to 18 or 20 feet for you. Anyway, K5LYN from inside Indiana with that.
Well, your offer's very kind, Paul. Let's put that off into a little cooler weather, and let me catch up on some other things around here. But one step at a time, we'll get there. Good to hear you. Okay, let me see here. UOZ, Perry, are you hearing me way up there? K5LYN.
Yeah, Lynn, I sure am. You copying me okay?
Yeah, you're just above my noise level, but I do copy, over.
Yeah, I heard a couple of the guys say the band was in good shape. I'm thinking it's not. If you're just getting me, just above your noise, because I'm running legal limit for sure. So anyway, let's see, Lynn. Tonight we're on the East Kit as usual. This is one of my Model 2s, and we're driving. We're driving 3500s, but we're not on green. I'm on a Ameritron AL82 tonight. Anyway, just going through the Pelstar tuner and out to my off-center fed 75-meter antenna. So, Lynn, that's kind of the story. I'm copying you fine, and good evening all the way around to the gang here on the Boat Anchor Net. Best night of the week here on amateur radio. Back to net, KB0UOZ.
You know, as you talked, Perry, you got better with every word. Hearing you better. So the band is opening up. I guess that's the way it works this time of an evening. Good to hear you. Nicely done. Okay, I don't know who wants to talk next. I think that Doug's been really busy several times, and we haven't heard Don in a while. Jay, why don't I throw it your way and let you point out who's going to pick up here? K5LYN.
Alrighty. Yeah, there's a few left on the list, and then I'm sure there's more waiting to check in, so we'll give her a shot. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is KM5QS, or at least what's left of him after the rainstorm at Belton, but it was still a real good time and lots of fun. I have here KC5LT, Lyle. Go ahead, sir.
Well, good evening, Jay, and everybody else on net. This is Lyle. Lima Yankee Lima Echo, K5LT. I'm located a little bit northeast of Bernie, Texas, out in the hill country. And tonight I am back on the Heathkit SB101, going through the Heathkit SB221 amplifier out to a double extended ZEP antenna, running through the cedar trees. And last week, whenever I keyed up the radio, I had no audio coming out of it. So it would tune up and had tone, but no single sideband. So over the past week, I pulled the radio out, lifted the lid, looked at the tubes, all the filaments were lit, closed the lid, plugged into a dummy load to test it, and it worked just perfectly fine. So slid it back into place, and here it sits. So I guess all it needs to be is slapped around a little bit. Back to work it goes. So good thing, easy fix. Just beat them up a little bit, like an ornery kid. All right, that's enough for me. Back to you. K5LT.
Oh, okay, Lyle. Yeah, sometimes you just got to slap them around a little bit, to let them know who's boss. Yeah, right. Anyway, sounded good this evening, Lyle. Thanks for checking in. Alrighty. Hey, Dan, are you ready? KAWOZ, your turn.
Yeah, I had to step out for a minute. Didn't know if I missed the chance or not. But, yeah, this is Dan, KWOZ, in the middle of Houston, running the same thing I normally do. Kenwood DS830 with the matching utensils, you might say. And I'm driving a homebrew pair of 813s. I thought I had a problem here earlier because I couldn't get any output from the radio or anything. Turned the amplifier on, everything lit up, and it would key, but nothing happened, no output. I thought, oh man, this is terrible. And I looked down and I never turned the high voltage power supply on for the amplifier. So you can holler all you want, but you're just talking into an empty tube, you might say. So I turned it on and it's working again, about 950 watts. So that's it from here. I missed Belton, but I won't miss it in the phone, promise. We'll see you all later. Thank you, Jay.
Okay, Dan. Well, I'm glad I'm not the only one that ever makes that mistake. I feel better now. Thank you, Dan. All right. Let me see who's next. AF5BI, James in Uvalde.
Hello, Jan, everybody on the net. I'm just checking in just for the numbers, I guess, Jay. Back to you, AF5BI, back to net control.
Okay, James. Good deal. That'll work. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Okay, KC5L Tom, how about you, sir?
Good evening, Jay, and everyone on the net. This is Tom, KC5L in San Antonio. And tonight, we're on the usual here. We're talking on the Central Electronics 200V with the D104 microphone. And it's driving the matching 600L amplifier. That's going to a Johnson AW Matchbox and a home doublet up about 15 feet or so. And we're listening on the R390A. And that's about all I have this evening, Jay. So back to you, KC5L.
Everything sounds excellent, Tom. It's working great for you. Thank you, sir, for checking in. I got one more, and then I think I'll pass it to Doug over there. But there's a Whiskey X-Ray 5 Tango. I believe he's in Donna, Texas. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, this is Whiskey X-Ray 5 Tango. WX5T, this is James. I'm located in Harrison, Arkansas. Here, so I don't know if you're able to copy. Haven't had the old rig on too much. Tonight the transmitter's an HT32A helicopters, and I'm listening to you on an SX115. And the microphone's a Shure 520 SL. Nothing to write home about here, just using a dipole antenna and enjoying this old rig. I hope you can copy. 7-3 from Whiskey X-Ray 5 Tango. Name is James. Over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I looked up the wrong call a while ago. You're in Arkansas. Sorry about that. That's a long way from Donna, Texas. That's down on the border. But yes, sir, I'm hearing you okay down here. Not a problem. Thank you, sir, for checking in. Anything else? I guess not. Well, thank you, sir. WB1E, Doug, you ready to go?
Yeah, hey, Jay. Hey, thanks for checking in there Saturday. I know I looked at the radar, and I saw, oh, man, about 10 o'clock. I said, I hate to do this, but I got to look at the radar and see how bad those boys are getting hit in Belton. And I said, well, there's always the inside, but the first thing I thought is the barbecue. So thanks for hanging in there, Jay. For sure. Well, good evening, everybody. My name's Doug. Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo is the call. Operating tonight, the plain old Swan 500, the 4-cylinder with a 3-speed on the column. It was made in 1967, is what I found out. This rig, all the Swan plain old 500s were made in the year 67. So there you go. She's pretty good. Haven't had to do much to her. Did recap the power supply and go over all the connections because it sat in a garage for a couple years. But got all the silver oxide off the band switch, and she came alive, and she's been doing me favors ever since. So microphone is an Electro Voice 638, and it's connected to a Swan Mark I. That is a retro mod amp. It's got a banded transformer, running a pair of 4400s and grounded grid. And I love that amp. It looks just as pretty. And going up to a inverted V at 90 feet and doing about 1.5 gallons. So plus, I learned on these Swans that you don't want to unload them. You should fully load them, and then I'm just using my mic gain to control the power out. So I knocked it down from 10 o'clock to about 9. So that's the story here. That's the rundown. And I'm going to take some check-ins. By the way, if you have wants, needs, buy, sell, giveaway, trade, whatever, we'll go ahead and give your QRZ information. You like your call, and therefore the interested people will contact you via your email listed on your QRZ page. We will take a phone number, however. So having said that, my list is empty. I'm going to take check-ins for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net. Come now.
Kilo 5 Delta Hotel Echo.
Okay, I got K5DHE. Anybody else? WHO next. Okay, we'll start off with DHE. K5DHE, welcome to the Boat Anchors Net. My name's Doug, over.
Yeah, okay, Doug, you're hitting a good 20 over 9 on this 100. It's a restoration that Byron did over at Bluffdale for me. Beautiful little radio. And we're just an antenna tuner of a Drake MN 2000. And the antenna is a Buxton, about, I don't know, around 40 feet, I guess. And we're running, kicking a couple cycles barefoot here, it's probably around 1 watt. And I do have a radio that I'd like to list, if you don't mind taking and listening.
Okay, let me tell you, you were peaking when you need to turn up your mic gain about 10%. If you could do that, then I think your power output would just about double. You're very light copy, but I'm ready to copy if you're ready to go ahead and let us have that information, over.
Okay, well, I'll just crank the mic gain up to about the 12 o'clock position, whatever that works. And I have a couple of radios here that twins, Drake twins. And one's an R4C, is very nice, and a T4XCX, and the MN 2000 tuner, and a frequency display unit plugged into that radio. And all of that, I'd like to get $650 for. I couldn't find a sucker there at Belton that wanted it, but they're very clean radios, and they just come out of the shop, so everything ought to be working just fine on them. And I'm asking $650. And my phone number, 817-578-1215. 817-578-1215. And I'm in the community of Granbury, Texas, about 35 miles southwest of Fort Worth, north.
Okay, let me get this straight. This is a TR4C, a T4DX, and a frequency display. Is that correct?
And a tuner, an MN 2000 tuner, and they all run just fine, and and they look really nice cosmetically.
Okay, did you say Fox Sugar tuner, over?
The tuner is an MN 2000 tuner, Mike November 2002.
Yeah, no wonder I couldn't get that phonetically. Mike November got it. Okay, folks, listen up. There's some Drake equipment fresh off the service bench. K5DHE, that's Kilo 5 Delta Hotel Echo in Granbury, Texas, has a nice Drake setup. It includes a TR4C, a T4DX, a frequency display, and a antenna tuner, and Mike November. And what was the model number on the tuner, sir, over?
The tuner is a Mike November 2000 tuner. The receiver is an R4C tuner. Receiver. It's an R4C receiver, and the transmitter is a T4XC transmitter.
Relay.
Yeah, go ahead, relay. I'm having a hard time copying him.
Okay, I am too, but I believe that was a T4XB transmitter, T4X Bravo, and the tuner is an MN 2000, K5WHO.
Okay, thank you. And also the transmitter, he dropped out when he mentioned a correction. The T4, is that X-Ray Charlie?
That's correct.
I believe it was X-Ray Bravo, T4XB, but I'm not real sure.
Is it X-Ray Bravo or X-Ray Charlie?
No, it's X-Ray Charlie. He's got a set of C-twins.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay. All right, yeah, it's hard copy. Sorry, guys. It's a TR4, I think Charlie, and a set of Charlie twins, apparently, a T4 X-ray Charlie, a frequency display, and a antenna tuner, a Mike November 2000, all for $650, fresh off the service bench. So he is good in QRZ. His phone number also is area code 847-578-1215. Again, area code 847-578-1215. How did I do?
Hey, Doug.
Yeah, go ahead, Jay.
It should be a TR, not a TR, excuse me. It should be a T4C and then a R4C, an MN2000, and the frequency display.
Okay, well, yeah, you heard him better than I did, and I'm good on Drake amplifiers, not on the Drake twins or anything like that. Okay, did he come back? K5DHE, are you still there?
Maybe he's on the phone.
Yeah, I hear somebody out there, but I don't know who it is. Okay, we're going to move on. Look him up, K5 Delta Hotel Echo, for $650. That sounds like you get a heck of a nice deal on a Drake station. So, all right, moving down the list, I have K5WHO, I believe. Good evening, sir.
Good evening there. I had your name and I forgot about it, but you're about 100 cycles high, just for your information. This is Stan in Harrison, Arkansas. I'm cheating tonight because I couldn't get my radio working, but I'm running a Yaesu 991A. But I was trying to run a SC101EE into a Demtron amplifier, MLA 2500. But I couldn't get any power output through the meter, so I gave up, and I don't know what's going on. I may have a bad jumper or a bad meter or something, but anyway, I didn't get it going, so I'm on the 991 Yaesu. Thank you for picking me up, and thank you for running the net. K5WHO.
Okay, Stan. Yeah, thanks for the flowers. I appreciate it. Well, yeah, you know, I always tell people when they have amplifier problems, it's only as good as the last tech that had his way. And I will only, if I'm going to buy an amplifier from somebody who I trust, otherwise I work on my own stuff and other people's stuff. But that's what I tell them is make sure you hear it on the air, that the tech uses it for a while before you get it, if you're not so... You know, if you're not complimentary with high voltage and stuff that most people that like to play with don't really respect. So, but yeah, just tickle it. That's what I would say. Just tickle it, walk into it. Don't expect everything out of it. If you're having problems, just check the SWR, go into a dummy load on the output side of the amplifier and make sure that, you go into a dummy load to work with fixed components and known standards. And rather than, because when you put it in line with your antenna and your exciter, there's a lot of variables on both sides. And so if you can produce an environment where things are normal and controlled, then that's the best way to evaluate those amplifiers for sure. So, all right, Stan, thanks a lot. Okay, well, I'm going to call for any further check-ins to the Boat Anchors Net. My name's Doug. Call Whiskey Bravo 1 Echo in Bryan, Texas. Come now.
Yeah, recheck.
Go ahead, recheck.
Yeah, Doug, the gentleman with the C-twins, the Drake stuff, I think his phone number's wrong. Can you please repeat his call and the phone number?
I can get the phone number.
I got 847-578-1215, and his call was K5 Delta Hotel Echo. What do you have, Jay?
Okay, thank you, because this phone number's not working. W5.
Okay, hang on. I have 817-578-1215.
There you go.
All right. That'll work for everybody listening. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, it was a hard copy over here for sure. Okay, if anybody want to check into the boat anchors net, come now.
Kilo Juliet 5, Golf, Quebec, Mike.
Okay, we'll take you, Kilo Juliet 5, Golf, Quebec, Mike. Come on now.
Good evening, Doug, and the rest of that. This is Barry in Mason, KJ5, GQM. And tonight I'm on a Drake TR4 C, and running my usual astatic 10DA microphone into the MN2000 antenna tuner barefoot and inset halfway. And this radio that I'm talking on tonight is for sale, and it is, like I said, it's a TR4C. That's the kind of the last Drake transceiver in the boat anchor line, and it comes with an RV4C, which is the remote VFO speaker and power supply. And I am good on QRZ, and my phone number is 972-658-3678. Over.
Okay, very good, Barry. Thank you very much for the listing. Attention, folks, there's another Drake station for sale. It belongs to Barry. His call is Kilo Juliet 5, Golf, Quebec, Mike. It's a TR4C combined with, and that's a transceiver combined with a VFO power supply, which model number is Romeo Victor 4 Charlie, RV4C. I believe he's good on QRZ, but he has a phone number, and this one I got right. It's area code 972-658-3678. Again, for this Drake station, TR4C, power supply and VFO speaker, I believe, RV4C, 972-658-3678. How'd I do, Barry?
Right on the money. Thank you, Doug. And the asking price is $350, but I might be willing to deal, and I might even throw in the astatic microphone to make a whole kit for somebody. All you'd have to bring is an antenna. So if you're interested, give me a shout, and we'll see what kind of deal we can make. Back to you.
All right. All of that plus extras. And very good. So you know how to get a hold of Barry, Kilo Juliet 5, George, Quebec, Mike, for another Drake station. And are you on that right now, Barry? Over?
Yeah, I'm talking on that radio and the microphone tonight. Over.
Roger, and a static microphone that he may be able to throw in to complete the station for the right person. So there you go. All right, Jay, I'm going to ask you, am I on? Okay, thanks, Barry, for the listing, by the way. And he is good on QRZ, guys, under the call Kilo Juliet 5, Golf, Quebec, Mike. Jay, am I on frequency? Over.
You're up the band just a hair, just a little bit. Let me give you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 5, 6, 12. How's that?
Okay, here I am.
You go ahead, sir.
All right, thank you very much. All right, any other check-ins for the Boat Anchors Unlimited net? My name's Doug, WB1E. Come now. Check-ins for the Boat Anchors net. Hello, boat anchors. You don't have to have a boat anchor. Anybody that has general interest, that's all we require for you to check in. Come now. All right, I guess we'll send it back to Lynn, and he can see what he can do with it. And thanks everybody for checking in. WB1E, I'll be listening.
Hi, switched radios. Am I on the air, Doug?
You are on the air.
All right, I'm going to make a quick comment here, then I'm going to see if somebody else wants it before I talk. Anyway, this is K5LYN returning here. I switched radios since the initial presentation. Back in 1954, if you didn't want to watch I Love Lucy or Ed Sullivan, you could come in here and get on your Central Electronics 20A phasing type exciter. It was the third one out of their company in Chicago that Wes Shum ran. And it's two 6A G7s in the output, puts out about, maybe about 10 watts, and I'm driving a homebrew amplifier made out of 4 6D Q5s with 1,000 volts on the plates, and we're putting out about 400 watts here. All right, who wants to talk vintage radio? K5LYN, calling and listening.
W50OZZ.
OZZ, talk to us.
This is Don, New King, Texas, running SB34. MLA is 2000. ALA is 22. Same brand. It's about sweep tubes about 500-600 watts. Over.
Okay. You want to tell us any history on that? Did you have too much to it, or did it work when you got it? What's the story on that? That's a very rare radio.
Replaced one item. I can't remember what it was. Transistor. The SB34 all transistor came out in '64. SB33 was a hybrid. It had both the 34s all transistor. Very small, blue dials, very nice pretty radio, and it was the first, I think it was the first transistorized sideband out there.
It was right there among very few of them, and a lot of them were on the air, and they came out with an SB34 after that. But I think that's the only one we've ever heard, Don. Nice work on your part, over.
Yeah, mine is an SB34.
Yours is a 34, yeah, that was the best of the two. Nicely done on your part, over.
Okay, thank you.
All right, who else? K5LYN on the Central Electronics 20A, calling and listening. EDX, Byron, talk to us.
Well, hello, Lynn, and everybody on the net. Hello. You got my modulation is down. I need better modulation. Y'all could probably tell I am weak. Because this is a Kenwood 820 that I picked up at Milton Saturday. So apparently it needs some work, huh? We missed you, Lynn. We missed you. But the barbecue was good. It's good to see Rusty and Jay and Doug down there, and Rusty and everybody else. So since nobody can copy, I better get off here. And I ought to put this rig for sale too, along with all those drakes. I won't get to work on it. All I've done is replace the dial lamps with LEDs. Back to you, Lynn. K5LYN, WA5EDX.
Okay, well, two observations. You got stronger as you talked, so I guess it's that hot breath of yours that fired it up, something like that, but it got a lot better. And about last weekend, yeah, I think my Mercury was retrograde in my astrology horoscope, and that was it, over.
Oh, okay. Well, we missed you, but there's always next October, and we'll expect you then now.
Absolutely. I plan to make up for it. Anything else for the net this evening?
No, sir, don't believe. I'll think of it after I sign.
All right. Who else wants to talk vintage radio and hear this Central Electronics 28 talking back? I'm listening. Well, hey, Don, you still over there? You want to give it a try? Well, we might have covered the territory. All right. One last call on my part. Failing that, I'll pass it over to Jay. And we'll go around the table one last time. And have we heard from Rusty? I mean, my goodness, if I can put up a weenie dipole like this, Rusty ought to be able to do that. Let's get after that boy. Anybody want to talk to me before I give it back to Jay? K5LYN. Jay, take it and run with it.
Well, I ain't much into running now anymore, but I guess I could hobble along at a pretty good clip if I had to. Thank you, Lynn. All right, this is the Boat Anchors Unlimited net for a wonderful Wednesday night, and we're looking for check-ins. Anybody we missed? Anybody that's going to talk about amateur radio, the old stuff, or whatever? Come now.
Kilo Charlie 5, Oscar Lima Delta.
AC5 OLD. Go ahead, sir.
Glad you could hear me. The band's been kind of off today. We're just using the more modern radio because the other ones here and there grabbed me another microphone for it this past weekend. And we're just using the regular old, or should I say the more modern one, with a wire on the fence, running about 80 watts off a battery here. KC5 welding.
Oh, okay, John. Well, you're coming in fine down here. You must be in my backyard.
Yeah, you sound amazing in Brian for 80 watts.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. Thank you, sir. Anything else? It's not. All righty. Well, anyone else for the net? Come now. Well, all right. Y'all want to put the ribbon on it, or you want me to?
Well, that somebody might want to talk to that wonderful twat of Doug one last time.
Hello, everybody, for the Boat Anchors net. This is Doug WB1E. It's an honor and pleasure of helping out with Boat Anchor net, and I'd love to talk to anybody. I'm on the Swan 500, and the other gentleman with the Swan 500, that was fantastic to hear those things. I tell you, I just can't believe, back in the day in the mid-'60s, I was so excited about shortwave radio and the space effort and everything like that, and then here I am sitting finally. It took me a long time to get some decent equipment from that era, but that's what this net's all about, is the old tubes and the old sideband equipment for sure. So if anybody likes to check in and want to just give comments or talk or get some technical information exchange, come now. Oh, I guess not. Well, Lynn, why don't you go ahead and put a bow on it? It was so nice to have you back, and where you belong, I think, is how the song goes. So, sound 3, everybody. WB1E signing out.
Well, I'll take a shot at it, but I'll tell you what, it's no fun when your antenna breaks and you don't want to get up there and figure out how you can do it so it won't break again. But so far, I got all fingers and toes crossed, and we'll try and keep this thing going. But that's the way it is with amateur radio, and that's part of the fun of it, So, 73s all the way around. We're here every Wednesday evening at this time. Buy-sell trades are appropriate if they're vintage radio related, and technical advice is to be found here because there's some wonderful, brilliant minds that have been here. K5LYN, 73s to the group, and listen it out.
Thanks, Jay.
All are welcome. Thank everybody for their participation. We'll be here next week, if the Lord allows. KM5QS73s, everybody.
Thanks for running the net in 73, 85.